welcome to my channel, Catching Claudia. On this episode, episode 8 of Life In, we are interviewing my dear friend Alexis about her experience in the Netherlands and Belgium.
Halfway to Mexico, halfway to Tokyo, on this open road. You've arrived, and I'm singing you the song on the west side.
Thank you for joining today.
Very happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Yay. Okay, so I really want to start with kind of what sparked, well, first, tell me a little bit about yourself. You know, I know you, but the public does not. Tell me, where'd you go to school? What did you study?
Hi, public. My name is Alexis. I went to undergrad at the University of Virginia, and there I studied speech communication disorders. And currently I'm getting my master's in speech communication disorders at the University of St. Augustine for health sciences to become a speech pathologist.
Yes. And how many speech pathologists percentage are Black women?
It's a good 3.6%, just of Black people in general, not even including the Black women and the Black men. Like, it's probably like 0.05 Black men out there, but yeah, all Black people is 3.6%.
Wow, that's actually pretty wild. I did not know. I thought it was like 3% women, Black women.
Because it's already like in the whole field itself, it's already even fewer men. So just imagine. And it's not like, yeah, I don't know the percentage of like Asian and then like Hispanics and like Black people. I just know like the Black percentage is 2.6.
That is wild. Okay, so I guess secondly, what sparked your interest in travel in general? And then we'll get into your specific study abroad experience.
Probably just not going anywhere when I was younger. I mean, I lived on the East Coast, so I'm actually from Virginia, and currently I live in Texas, Houston. But yeah, I've always wanted to go place to place to place, but all I ever really traveled was just on the East Coast. I was fortunate to go to Dubai when I was 11 because my dad worked over there, but it was mainly just Maryland and maybe even North Carolina. But once I made my own money, I was like, time to go.
Oh my
God. I love traveling. I love seeing the world. I love cultures and just seeing all the different types of like opportunities of just enriching yourself and just seeing the type of things you like that's different from being in America. I love it.
That's really awesome. I did not know you went to Dubai, so that's pretty cool. So also a little background, Alexis and I have known each other since we were 11.
Yeah, like around 12. Yeah, a very long time.
I think it was 11 because you were at my 12th birthday. Yeah. Right? Whatever. Anyway.
Very long time. We're just going to sum it up.
And now we just, you know, she just aged and I'm about to age and it's just wild out here.
Crazy. Almost 15 years of friendship. Y'all can do the math.
Let's not. I'm starting to lie about my age.
LOL. People still say I look 16, so I'm just gonna keep it as that.
Hey, good for you. Good. I never. So tell me about your experience. What was this trip and how did you end up going to those countries out of all the countries in the world?
So the great thing about my school is very, very focused on, one of the highlights of it is just like they love and encourage people to study abroad. Like you can do study abroad for a week in J-term, which is the first like week of January when you're not in school. You can study abroad for a whole semester in the summer or even in the fall. Like basically each semester you cannot be at the school and just learn and get your credits like that, depending on your major. But for my major specifically, they had a 6-week program that you can travel to and stay 3 weeks in Belgium and 3 weeks in Netherlands. And you can do research involving like speech. So I was like, research in a different country with my major? Yes. So yeah, that's just how it happened. And then we applied, and it was with like, you only could go your third year, and they had something where like if you're a master's student, in the master's program at University of Virginia for speech, you could also go over there too and do something.
Wow, that's really cool. So, what year was this? This was
My third
yeah.
year.
So like
This
what
this
year?
is this is summer of 2018.
Okay, okay. So, I guess give me your travel path. So, where did you start? Which country? What was your day-to-day experience in the country and doing
Wow.
the research?
Okay.
If you
So I think we were there like May 21st to like June 23rd, I think. So maybe like May 21st to like, I can't do the math, but like 3 weeks from there, from May until maybe like the first week of June or like the second week of June, we were in Belgium, and first started as like introductory, like we get to meet all the people we're going to work with. And we went, I believe, to a classroom. I'm trying to remember, it's so long ago. We went to a classroom, and basically we would, I think, learn like about like the speech samples and just learn and see just how things were organized. And then we were able to like tour just the city and learn. So like, for example, we would wake up, eat breakfast at the hostel we were located in, and we would take the tram to the school we're working in. And there we would just like kind of collect data and like do like research upon the languages we were analyzing. So we were analyzing Dutch, Mandarin, English, and French, I believe. And these are all speakers. I think there we were like analyzing pauses. So we'd have like a speech sample, and you know how like we're talking like back and forth, but like if I, like for example, do like or if I take a second to like I just did now to like swallow, we would analyze that and see like the rate and the average of the person's like kind of speech rate. So then we did that. That was like the first half, and then we moved to the Netherlands. And the Netherlands, I think it's kind of one of my favorite parts, because there we do the same thing. We stayed at the student hotel in Eindhoven. So in Belgium, we were in Ghent, Belgium, and Netherlands, we were in Eindhoven, and it's like this huge like hotel that's just for students who are like traveling and I guess learning for school. So there we would wake up, we would bike to the university. It was like Fontes University, and we would just kind of get to work. So there we were, our mission was to gather like native speakers, so like Dutch and people who spoke Dutch, people who spoke their native language. So there were people from like all over the world, like Italian, like not Italian, from people from Italy, people from like India, people from Greece. Like I was so happy because I just meet like all these people and then talk to like people from different like countries, and then hear their different dialects, and then be able to listen to them talk, and then analyze their speech at the same time. It's just cool. And then like people were complaining about like all the work we had to do, but I was like, so they kind of like lessened the work. So instead of like collecting the max number of speech samples or analyzing the max number of things we had to do, they shortened it. But I was like, it's really not that much work. So I just completed it all. And at the end of the program, I was recognized for like the best student award. And it was great because it was like there was only, okay, two only Black people on this trip, right? So I was like already, because you already know 3.6%, right? And then University of Virginia is predominantly white school. That's two. And then in my major, it's maybe like 5 Black students between like the whole major, like in my year, and then not in my year. So like 5. And then only 2 of us were on this trip, and there's about like 20 people on this trip. And then for me to win like the best student award, and then to be interviewed for like the whole like project, like research thing we were on, and then be like on their website, like that's a big accomplishment.
That is. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was just like, it was just great. And I loved like the professors I worked with. Like it was, people were saying that they're like kind of hard, like very challenging or like strict, but I was like, I don't see any issue with them, I had a great time. And then like the best thing about like Europe is like you can travel for less than 100 euros. So like on weekends, like my first weekend there, I went to Paris and I saw the Eiffel Tower for my first time. And it was at night and I was like on cloud nine because I'm always going to go to Paris. And I was just like, ah. And then I went to Barcelona and had the best paella I've ever had. And then I went to Cologne, and it's like Cologne, but people call it like Cologne or something in Germany. And I was there for like a day. But it
That's
was great.
awesome.
Yeah,
So
it
yeah,
was.
how did you I guess going back to since you started in Belgium, what did you see in Belgium specifically? And I guess it is cool that you got to travel every weekend, but what did you like about Belgium and staying there for that amount of time?
um what I like about Belgium, like it's very, I liked, they have a lot of like medieval type of like architecture. It's like everything is like kind of lined up and close together with like each different like rooftops. And then I liked how everything's fresh. Like even like the hostel I stayed in, like how in America we keep bread until the expiration date, which could be like 2 weeks after, right? We were like, I think the hostel didn't have any bread, or he threw away the bread the next day or something. And he was like, yeah, it's old. And we were just like shook. I was like, really? Like bread after, because they constantly have like fresh things. So it's like bread after one day, it's old to him. And then everything was like affordable. We went to, I think, Aldi to shop at.
Mm,
It was super affordable. I found like the best chocolate covered biscuits. They were so good. I miss it. Anyway,
like
but
cookies.
yeah, it was just nice and people were nice. I mean, being over there, I did get stared at because I'm black. Like, but whatever. Um,
Right.
yeah, definitely
So
experience.
wait, when you say biscuits, did you mean, or not did you mean, but like cookies?
Yeah, so sorry. It was like these chocolate
No,
covered cookies, but I think they called it like biscuits.
yeah. I was like, when you said that, I was like, it definitely can't be the biscuit I'm thinking of. So
Oh no.
it must be the British version of which is a cookie. That's so
Yeah.
cool. So then when you moved, how did you get there? So when you moved from Belgium to the Netherlands, did you get on a train? Did you fly? How did that work?
So we took a van and they
Okay.
just drove us, I believe. No, yes, they drove us there.
And how long was that?
I don't even remember.
That's cool though that you could
It's like
drive.
an hour and a half or an hour. It was just close by.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't remember. I think we just took a van.
It's cool. So then did you, when you were in the Netherlands, kind of same question, what did you like there that maybe was different from Belgium?
I think the Netherlands, the area that we were in where we traveled, it was kind of more like green. So like the path we traveled to get to the university, we took a bike like every day. And it was just like kind of calming, taking the bike. And then a lot of the things in Eindhoven was kind of like just close by. Also, it's very close by in Belgium, but it was kind of just like a whole different area or like setting. So like in Eindhoven, it just felt like more natural, more nature, and like more relaxing. But I love the ability, because when we were in Belgium, we weren't able to like get really talk to a lot of other students and like see where they're from. And then in Eindhoven, we were able to do that because we actually traveled to the university like every day. And like part of me wished I like really kept in contact or just like got their contact information so we can be like pen pals from across the world. But I think I was so focused on doing this work and collecting data and just like work. I think one of my like, hopefully I can go back to Europe. I would love to. Just like one thing I want to do when I go back is just create those experiences and those bonds. Because I definitely have a chance to. I was just like not focused on it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you were focused on the study part of studying abroad.
Yeah, but not saying I didn't have fun. Like I had a great time with
Yeah.
the people I traveled with, and it was just like, all right, do this work. Okay, talk to people. okay, go home.
That's still really awesome that you got that experience and you were over there for over a month. So, um, what was I going to ask you? Oh, yeah, you kind of touched on it a little bit. So, would you go back to those towns? You said Ghent and Eindhoven.
Eindhoven, yeah. Um, I mean, I would go back if I was just like nearby, just to experience it all over again. But in terms of like traveling, like, oh, let me take a plane to specifically this place, like probably not because I've been there already and there's other countries to visit. But it was great. And I was able to like go explore other nearby cities and or I guess cities and countries in Belgium. So like there's this, I think the capital is called Brussels.
Mhm.
I may be wrong, but Brussels. Okay, I was able to go and then we did like a tour of Brussels with the professors that we were with. So that
Oh,
was fun. And then apparently I was like, I really want to go to a beach. So in Eindhoven, they had this town called or not, maybe country, I don't know. It was called The Hague. And they had like a whole beach area. It was cold. So it wasn't like hot in a swimsuit, like I was cold. But we had to walk. We took a tram to or metro, whatever, to The Hague, and then we had to walk an hour to get to the beach. And they had like a boardwalk and it had like food. It was really cute because I was like, this is the closest I'm gonna get to in this country.
right. I feel like we, being that we grew up in a beachy place, like we're always like, let's go, where's the beach? But
Yeah,
yeah,
literally.
because I'm like, I really can't imagine. I guess I could imagine living inland, but I'm like, where's the beach? Where's the water?
Yeah, and then like because you're already in Europe, like you can just 20 euros go to a different country and explore the beach and then come back. Like you don't even have to live near it.
That's
Like for
amazing.
us, it's like a 45-minute drive plus like traffic. And then like we get there, it's not even like the best beach.
Right. That's so true. So, do you think that that experience of being able to go to different countries while you were there really made that experience better for you?
I think it did just because I went to 5 different countries, 5 or 6 different countries in the span of 6 weeks, like on one plane ticket. I mean, I went for Barcelona, took a plane, but on one like huge price plane ticket, like everything was affordable and I learned. I wasn't just like, oh yeah, I got class credit. No, I did. I can like not many people can say like in their undergrad, especially like in the speech field, that they did research abroad.
Right. That's really cool. I think that that's an excellent experience to have. And then the fact, just to do research anyway, but then the fact that you did it abroad just makes it so much more interesting. And being in a place where there are so many languages or people who spoke so many different languages, I think that's just amazing. That
Yeah.
I didn't even know that much about your experience. So it's cool to hear all of the little things about the day to day that you did.
Yes, girl. That was great. I wish I would totally do it different. I would do the experience different, like I guess because like as you grow, like you experience different things and there's what's like different things you want to do now. And I just didn't have like a certain mindset back then. But yeah, I would do it different when if I would
What would you
if
do
me
differently?
I mean, I definitely would go out more. See, like I went to all these different countries and I only went out once. Like, what is life? But
Yeah, we're
I
different.
would,
It's the way, and maybe this is awful, but I definitely, when I did my study abroad and I placed into the higher Spanish, and I was like, "Mm, you know what? But I'm in Spain. I want to have fun. So I definitely like didn't I mean, I just was like, I'm gonna take the other classes instead of this so that I can not be stressed out and I can actually live with my host family and like experience their day to day life. Because that's really what was more, I feel like I learned more Spanish at home than at school sometimes. But yeah.
yeah, it's like, well, I went out in like Barcelona and then I went out in Eindhoven. But like for example, when we were in Paris, the girls I stay with, they went out and I was like, no, I'm gonna stay in. I'm tired, whatever. And they came back and they talked about all their fun experience they had like that night. And they were playing, I think they played Party of the USA like at this Paris club. And I was like, bro, I really missed out.
Oh my
And it's
goodness.
just like I love like just telling stories, and I think like just have that like storytelling experience that like you can just pass on and just like tell the people that you come across. It just makes life better and like more fun. So definitely go out more. I would make more better connections. I would try to learn more of the language, like try to speak it or more, just have like that one-on-one experience with like another native person. Excuse me. Probably more like more shopping and then collect more like souvenirs that are like paintings or like more of nature. Because like you go to like a souvenir shop, you get like the keychain, you get like all that other stuff, but just more like inventing things that you can just hang up on your wall or like have furniture like for home decor or like interior stuff like that. But I ate great. I think we were in Belgium. We ate at the university, Claudia. I think I had like Parmesan encrusted with tilapia with like some like tomato sauce. I told almost everybody on the trip, but I was like, this is the best meal like I have ever had. It
Oh
was
my
just so
goodness.
good. Like I don't even know. It was just delicious. It was so good.
That
I
sounds
haven't
really
thought,
good.
I haven't thought about that meal in months.
In months,
And it's maybe years. It was years. Also, like another
like,
thing
man, that
is
meal was good if you're thinking about it in 2022 like
I
that.
just because I just going over that experience of me eating that food and especially like to have it at a cafeteria. Like,
Yeah.
in Virginia, like the food we ate at the cafeteria, like it was not all that. And then I was like, oh, it's just regular food. I ate that. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's the way I saw the little dry pizza. I was like, I'm just gonna eat my little sandwich from home. It's fine.
Literally.
It's dry pizza with like a milk. Come on.
And like processed cheese.
Ew. I'm just like, you want us to have stomach problems
Literally.
in class? Come on. But that's really cool. So, would you give anyone, or what would you say to anyone thinking about studying abroad?
So go, 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 go and try to get as much money as you can. So like there's scholarships out there and I did receive like a scholarship for my trip, but I don't think I didn't go as deep into research for like to fund my trip like I could have. So I definitely recommend that. Apply to everything because you never know what or who may just accept you. Like at my school, I wish I studied abroad more because most of the programs, you didn't have to have a certain major. Like you could have been like, if it worked out for your schedule, like an engineer major, and they had like a London theater trip, and you can go.
Oh, that's
Or
fun.
like a lot of people studied in Valencia as part of the Spanish trip, but like they had also a trip to Ghana, and like anybody could apply to go. Yeah, so many countries, and even like clubs. Like for example, I think it was my second year of college, and I was like, I'm going out the country. I don't know who's gonna take me, but I'm gonna go.
When thinking about studying abroad, a lot of the barrier for people is funding. What's your advice for that?
Mainly, so if your school has like a study abroad office, like mine did, definitely go to them and talk about funding. If you receive like a financial aid package, see if some of that you can use towards your funding. Apply to any scholarships that your school may have. Any scholarships that any clubs may have. Oh, I think I remember now what I was talking about. I was talking about how I really wanted to just travel second year. And I literally applied to, or no, there's many clubs that you could do study abroad with. And then that's when I wanted to become a pediatrician and go down the medical path. So there's this club called Alternative Spring Break at my school. that I signed up for. And basically, they went from state to state, and I also went out the country. So basically, I applied to this medical clinic in Nicaragua, and I got accepted to it. And I went and stayed to Nicaragua for like a week. And that was my I need to get out the country moment. So it's like if your school doesn't have a study abroad office, maybe you can go to find a club that works with like another partner organization, and that way you could go, and then that maybe the club even offers scholarships that you can apply to. Like for many people say like scholarships are out there. You just really have to search for them and find them. And then even ask like, hey, can you sponsor me like for this trip?
Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of people don't apply to scholarships because they think they won't get it, but a big part of that is that a lot of people have that mindset. So there might be less people applying than you think anyway. Or you
Yeah,
could
and
be really
like
awesome and get it.
yeah, and even for example, if you don't get it, like you still put yourself out there. One, two, the essay that you use to apply to scholarship, you can probably use that essay to apply for a different scholarship or to put use for another situation. Like, did I get every scholarship I applied to? No, but I at least have the experience to like formulate what I wrote and like formulate my thoughts to apply it to like elsewhere.
Exactly. Well, I think that's really good advice because a lot of people do not utilize the scholarship aspect of everything. And I think when it comes to especially people of color, but people who may not have that financial background in their families and that cushion, that is a big barrier for people. And knowing that there is money out there and that a lot of these schools do want you to travel abroad and they will find a way for you is a really good piece of advice.
Yeah.
And lastly, do you have any social media that you would like to plug? I know you do.
LOL. Well, I have my traveling account. It's at the traveling artist, the traveling ARTIS. I have my, follow me on TikTok at Madam Alexis, MADAME Alexis, ALEXIS. If you love makeup, follow my makeup account. It's Indelible Lex, INDELIBLELEX. I have a cooking account. If you want to watch me cook, it's Chefing with Lex. I just let it like put in my name and everything, but CHEFINLEX. Yeah, if you have any questions, please leave in the comments or, follow my socials. You can DM me. Very responsive, and this was great. Thanks,
I'm
Claudia.
glad, of course. I will put all of those links in the bio so you all do not have to type that in.
Oh yeah, try to pause it. Try to remember everything.
Right, yeah. Well, I'll just put it all in the bio. Thank you so much for doing this, especially, last minute. Love that. And everyone, thank you so much for watching my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Halfway to Mexico, halfway to Tokyo.